Hey everyone, I'm Joey. Today I'm going to teach you how to make a balloon heart with two lovebirds kissing in the middle for Valentine's Day. This is a perfect handmade gift for your mom, a significant other, or someone else that you care about just to show you love them. You're going to need a dual action hand pump, two 260 size balloon twisting balloons, one color for your heart and one color for both lovebirds, and a Sharpie to write anything on the top of the heart or to draw any designs on the two lovebirds. Before we get started, don't forget to like this video for the YouTube algorithm. It really helps my channel, and it's a super small free way that you can show your support. When you've gathered your supplies, let's get started. For the first color that we're going to be using for the heart, inflate it almost all the way, leaving just a little bitty nub on the end. Before you tie your balloon, let a little bit of air out to soften it. Now tie it off. Fold the balloon over itself and squeeze with both hands to soften the balloon and to evenly disperse the air throughout. We still want a little bit on the end here because we're going to tie this nub with the nozzle here. This takes a little bit of practice. This connection right here is going to be the bottom of the heart, and to find the middle part of the top of your heart, we're going to stretch the balloon so that we have two equal sides. Now that we know where the middle part of our heart is, we're going to bend it down into a fold and hold it in the shape of a heart. Once you have your heart shape, you're going to pinch the bottom of this fold a few times and squeeze with your hand that's holding the heart in place. You can also pinch a little bit higher up on your fold. Now, while we're still holding this fold, I want to elongate my heart so that it's going a little bit more up than it is side to side. So I'm going to rub the balloon up and down to create a nice bend in the top of my heart. Now we can do that to the other side. And this is our basic heart shape, so now all we need to do is add the lovebirds in the middle. With our white 260 balloon, we're going to blow it up to about 5 finger lengths tail. Let out a little bit of air and tie it off. These two lovebirds are essentially just 9 sections of 3 to 4 inch bubbles. So let's make our first 3 sections. Make sure you're only twisting the end of the balloon with the tail on it. So I'm only going to be using my right hand because it's on the right side of the balloon here. And I'm only going to twist the balloon in the same direction since I'm making consecutive twists. I want to make these bubbles about 3 to 4 inches, so I'm going to make the twist about right here. I'm going to hold both sides or it's going to come undone. I'm only using the hand that's on the side of the tail to twist, and I'm twisting it towards myself every time. You can fold the balloon over itself to make sure the sections are about the same size. That's 2 sections, now we need to make a third. The easiest way to do this is to fit your first section in between your thumb and forefinger so that you now have access to your thumb and forefinger. Fold this balloon over. Pinch it where you want this next twist to be, which is going to be the same size as your other 2 sections, and then use your free hand to twist the end of the balloon. Now that I have 3 sections that are all relatively the same size, I'm going to fold the last 2 sections that I made and join these 2 twists together right here to create a joint. Now we no longer need to hold the balloon because these 2 twists are tied together in a joint. Now I'm going to make my 4th section. With the 4th section, I want to make it about the same size as all the others, maybe a little bit smaller. We're going to be creating a bird body with this, and what that means is we're going to be rolling this 4th piece through the 2nd and 3rd sections. I'm going to pull on the end of my balloon to elongate it and make sure that this twist is pretty close to this twist here. Now there's 2 parts to this. I want to be pushing this 4th section through this 2nd and 3rd section, and I also want to be pulling apart the 2nd and 3rd section and rolling them around this middle piece as it comes through. I'm putting pressure here on the back with my thumbs, pulling out on the 2nd and 3rd section with my fingers. Once your 4th section is through your 2nd and 3rd sections, pull down on the rest of your balloon to join this twist with the twist that's already here to create that joint. So what we've created already is the body and the tail of one lovebird. This fifth section here is going to end up being both heads of the birds, so we want to soften it by squeezing the balloon before we make our twist. It's okay if this section is a little bit smaller than the other ones. At the end of our shape, we're going to twist this into 2 separate 1-inch bubbles. Now we're going to be working in reverse to make the bird body of our other lovebird. So now we're going to make 2 4-inch sections and connect them together at their bases. There's one section. And there's our second section. These are the 6th and 7th sections that we're making, and we want these sections to be pretty much the same size as the first lovebird that we made. Now we're going to connect this twist and this twist to create a joint. Squeeze these twists together and twist whatever aspect of the balloon you're working on. Usually 2 or 3 times around will do. Next, we're going to create the 3rd section of the bird body. This will be our 8th section. We're going to do the same thing that we did with the first lovebird, where we push the body through the 2 wings. I'm pulling the wings apart as I'm pushing the body through. I basically just want to roll these wings around the body. To make it secure in place, I'm going to make sure that these 2 twists are connected to make a joint. In order for this to be perfectly symmetrical, which I think is important, we need to make sure that this tail is not as long as it is right now. There's a quick break method that I'll show you that you can use even if you have short fingernails. I want to break this piece down to about right here, but I'm gonna need some extra balloon in order to tie it off, so I'm gonna break it about right here. I'm going to flatten the balloon, making sure that there's no twists in it. I'm going to stick my thumbnail, if you can see that coming through there, I'm going to stick my thumbnail through it, pinch hard with my index finger here, and then with my right hand, which is on the end of the balloon, I'm going to pull it back right across my arm, which is going to break it off, and I want to make sure that I have this hand squeezing tight, or else this piece right here is going to deflate. So now I have 2 separate pieces. I don't really need this one, so I'm going to let it deflate. I don't let this go, especially if I'm in a restaurant making this, so I take my other fingers, I grab the nub on the end, and I let it go like that. That way it doesn't go flying around the restaurant and land in somebody's food. And now I'm going to let the air out of this piece to deflate this section to the same size as this tail here. Now I've got a little bit of extra balloon here on the end that I'm going to use to tie it off. We're almost done, guys. All we need to do is like this video for the YouTube algorithm. It really helps my channel, and it's a great free way that you can show your support. All we need to do is separate this section in the middle here to create 2 separate bird heads. We're going to grab this piece and twist in 2 different directions to create a twist right in the middle here. That's why it's very important to soften this piece before you twist it earlier on in your shape. Once you have 2 separate bird heads, they will not stay like this on their own unless you secure both sides from twisting. So the best way to do this is to grab both birds by the tail, grab your heart, put one tail through your heart, and twist the 2 tails together 2 or 3 times on the bottom of the heart. Now that you've got your 2 lovebirds secured to your heart, you can use your Sharpie to create squinty eyes on them, so they're not looking at each other. Nobody wants a kiss with someone staring right back at you. You can also use your Sharpie to write something like Happy Valentine's Day, or I love you, or draw any other designs on this shape that you'd like. This is a great gift for Valentine's Day, for your mom, a grandparent, a significant other, or any other special person in your life to show that you care about them. This is also a great shape to offer couples in restaurants on a date night. That's the 2 lovebirds in a heart. Don't forget to like this video for the YouTube algorithm. It really helps my channel, and it's a great free way that you can show your support. Subscribe for more balloon tutorials, personal finance, and business tips. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Joey. I'll see you later.